Little did parish rector and historian the Reverend Thomas Barnes know at the time, but his theory that the quaint Moorlands village of Grindon was connected with the Celtic sun god would be supported by stone carvings of a three-headed god hidden away in the porch of its well-known church. His oversight can easily be forgiven because the ancient stonework is tucked away, some would say hidden, in a deliberate attempt to hide this startling revelation. A treatise by Mr. Barnes was given on February 26, 1908, to members of the North Staffordshire Field Club, in which he alluded to Grindon and Celtic gods. The historian cum preacher said, "There is a site in the Staffordshire moorlands which is of interest, because it seems to imply traces of the primitive Celts. The word for sun is in Irish Grindon, and it probably means that which shines. The name enters into Celtic mythology. After Lug's death, the husband of Erin is represented bearing the significant name of Mac Grain, or the son of the sun. In Irish mythology, the Tuatha Dé Danann, the ancient gods of Erin, are described as under the rule of three chiefs called Mac Grain, son of the sun, Mac Quill, son of destruction, and Mac Sect, son of the plough, a threefold arrangement, which in some measure recalls the three departments of Zeus, Poseidon, and Pluto in Greek mythology. The supernatural being styled Grian, who in folklore is represented as buried in various localities, may probably be identified with the sun god of the Celts. It is more probable that the name Grindon is to be linked with this god, than to be explained merely as the Green Hill. The name occurs again at Grinlow, near Buxton. Thor's Cave near Grindon has also its mythological associations. The early English settlers would assign to their own deities rites which were sacred to the Celtic gods. Thor connects with the Celtic Essus, who was one of the forms of the Celtic Zeus or Jupiter. Essus was not only the thunderer, but the friend of the farmer. He was, therefore, probably among the gods worshipped by the Moorlanders at Grindon. Is not Osson's Hill by Grindon another link with the cult of Essus? The Grindon Wakes are at All Saints, the New Year festival of Celtic heathendom and specially associated with the sun god, the feast known in Ireland as Samhain. Midsummer Day was another great festival. The Celts, in honor of the sun god, kindled fires on St. John's Day and cast into the flames not only flowers such as the St. John's wort Hypericum purpuratum, but dogs and cats as offerings to the god. Again, it cannot be an accident that the old chapels of Walslow and Exstone are both dedicated to St. John Baptist, and that the wakes of the Mother Church at Alstonfield are now fixed on the Sunday, after St. Peter's Day, practically within the octave of St. John Baptist. It is probable that further inquiry in the Moorlands would bring to light many other links with Celtic religious rites. This vicar does not mention the three heads carved in stone, which are the worst kept secret in and around Grindon. So it's to be assumed he was unaware of their existence. Let's take a look at what could either be a three-headed god or the three heads of Grain, son of the sun, Mac Quill, son of destruction, and Mac Sect, son of the plough. This threefold arrangement in some measure recalls the three departments of